This video is intended to detail the destiny of the what is claimed to be the oldest wooden crib-styled grain elevator in Canada. We recommend you watch this video from start to finish to fully grasp the scope of this project. So it begins. Welcome to the Den, Authentic Barnwood. My name is Troy, and I'm the owner of this mighty fine operation. As for my introduction, I'll just let that play out as the video goes through. More importantly, why don't we talk more about the destiny of this beautiful building. The Lake of the Woods Milling Company elevator, located in Elva, Manitoba, is undoubtedly a Canadian historical icon. This elevator represents the prairies, the life on the prairies as we know it today. No one has ever been able to definitively say when this building was constructed, and even to this day, it is said that it could be anywhere between 1892 to 1897. Now, the interesting part about this is, as this project goes on, we might just be able to answer this question once and for all. As the owner of this elevator, I can say for certain that this building will not be demolished. In fact, we actually own the other elevator that's just down the road, the UGG elevator, United Grain Growers. So the United Grain Growers elevator, including this Lake of the Woods elevator, both share the same destiny. There's no way that these buildings are going to be demolished, nor are they going to be restored to their former glory. You know, back in their heyday, you might say. What we are going to be doing, we're going to be reclaiming the valuable wood and material out of these buildings, anything and everything that isn't nailed down. And all the material is going to be put back into the reuse market, so the memory and the story of these elevators can live on. By doing so, we're going to be addressing rural wood waste, more specifically rural wood waste management. You know, because if we don't do this now, the alternative, well, we all know what the alternative is. As for material that we're going to be salvaging out of this grain elevator, actually both grain elevators, that includes the 2x4s, by 6s, by 8s, by 10s, by 12s, and these beautiful beams. We have approximately 15,000 board feet of beams that we're going to be salvaging out of these elevators for excellent do-yourself type projects, and oh, who knows what. Can't wait to find out. We should also make mention of some of the other hardware, such as the old scales that were used in these buildings, the flywheels, the cups for the elevators that move the grain from down low up high. Also, we're going to be reclaiming the leg wood. For those of you that don't know what the leg is, we'll get to that eventually. Nails, hardware such as hinges, door rollers, any kind of hardware that we're going to stumble across, and some stuff that we don't even know is in here yet. Pretty much anything and everything, like I said before, that is or isn't nailed down, is coming home with us. We're well aware that these sites are historical sites. There is historical meaning for many people, and we're being very sensitive with this part because it is important, right? Now, that's why we want to really show you why these buildings cannot be restored. This elevator, actually both elevators, have been in private ownership for the last 60 years. That's exactly when the restoration would have, should have, could have happened. That all comes down to simple preventative maintenance, and we're going to show you a little bit further, right? But it really comes down to keeping a good roof on it, and keeping the weather out. We're inside one of the bins right now. You may think that we're outside because there's so much snow in here, and that's because of the roof, right? We were saying keep a good roof on this thing and you'll keep the moisture out. So over the years, there's been so much rain, snow, humidity coming in and soaking into this wood. And we'll show you a shot of this now here of the floor. It's gone. And it's too bad because there's such amazing wood in here, but it's rotten. And that leads to the foundation. The main thing when we're talking about the roof is keep tin on it. That's generally what they use. That's what they used on this one. There wasn't tin, shingles. I mean, there's so many options. Just keep everything out. And this really is the downfall of this building right here and why it can't be restored. So when you've let all of this snow in and over the years, though the moisture is soaked into the foundation and everything starts to shift. Now you can see the lean of the building. You know, it's completely leaning. It's a noticeable lean. So one day or another, where do you think it's gonna go? Down. If you stuck along this far with us, you're probably wondering, all right, Troy, how are you gonna take this thing apart? Well, I'm glad you asked. And it's simple. There's 5 phases. Phase 1 being the removal of the tin. That's the very first thing that we're gonna do. How we're gonna do this, we're gonna take the tin off carefully, nail by nail, and we're gonna package these up into packages of 5 and 10. Where you're gonna be able to find these, should you wanna help us out and support our cause, we'll put a link in the description to our website where you can read up and learn more. The way that they built these buildings was from the ground up, and that's exactly how we're gonna be taking the tin off as well. We're gonna start going around all the way around the perimeter of it, and we're gonna get everything that we can reach. From there, we'll go up onto a 6-foot ladder. We'll get everything that we can reach. Then from there, we're gonna get some equipment to lift us up so we can work at heights safely. We're gonna have 2 different variations of that. So in later videos, actually the next video, you'll see exactly how we've done it. Right now, we've determined that there's 5 variations of tin, and within those variations, there's color variations. This tin is rare, I'll tell you that. It's one of a kind, and it's one of a kind not only because of some of the stamping that's on it, but also because of the coloring. I guarantee you're not gonna ever find this tin again. Not anywhere but from here. So if this is something that you could use for a do-it-yourself type project, or you have something in mind for tin, it'd be excellent for, say, the backsplash of an island, the backsplash maybe back behind a stove because it can be washed and it's a wipeable surface. Or maybe you want to skirt out your workshop all the way around the perimeter with this stuff, or build a complete wall. I've also seen great pictures of it going up on a roof when it's framed out with wood. So there's lots of options for this tin, and like I said before, if you'd like to support our cause, we would like to support you with your tin. Phase 2, that's where the real work starts. I'm telling you. What we're gonna do is, no, I'm not telling you. Phase 2 is getting this so we're left with a square cube, basically. A square cube here and a square cube back over there. So how we're gonna do this is we're gonna be taking off the driveway where we're standing right now. The driveway is where, of course, at this time, in this elevator, the Lake of the Woods, it would have been a horse-drawn carriage coming in, and that's how they would be dumping their grain out. Of course, later, there was more things involved, and there was bigger scales put in to accommodate, you know, the growth in agriculture when they're coming in with trucks. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna dismantle both driveways, and we're also gonna go after the 2 offices. We haven't determined yet whether or not we're gonna take down and dismantle to reclaim all the wood and the tin from both offices, because one of these offices might make a great YouTube studio. That may or may not be a video to come. Phase 3. Now we're getting close to the end. This is about the middle part. And do you remember we were talking about the leg wood before? In phase 3, there will also be a video for that as well. And we'll go more in depth of of how the leg is and why it is the heart of the elevator. And we're gonna take a complete section and we're gonna really get deep into what we're doing with this leg wood and how we're gonna get it. Actually, at this point, I don't even know how we're gonna do it. All I know is that we're gonna be working at heights at times, and we gotta really think this out, and we're gonna really have to think safety first. I got a group of great guys that know what they're doing when they're working at heights. It's part of their jobs, and they're gonna be helping us out. You'll get a chance to meet each and every one of them as time goes on, but we will be saving the leg wood from both elevators and packaging it up to also go onto the resale market. Phase 4, let's call this phase 100 years of dirt. This is the part where we're gonna invite in another party. He's actually part of this whole project. I'm not gonna introduce him right now or his business. I'll let him do that himself. What we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be making this place safe to work at. I mentioned working at heights. Working at heights slows you down and it's dangerous. We're gonna eliminate that, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna carefully lay this building over, and then it's gonna be a lot safer to work at, and that's the point where we start separating the valuable beams, dimensional lumber from the debris. Phase 5, the final phase. Simple. What we're gonna be doing is taking out all the nails. That's where we'll be saving the nails for salvage value. Plus, we'll also be getting all the wood and we'll be breaking it down into bunks, which can be loaded onto any type of trailer, anywhere from a skidoo trailer right up to a semi-trailer. That's phase 5, and that'll conclude this project. So this is a unique project. There's no doubt about that. And also unique is when we're shooting it. This is mid-January in Manitoba, and we get winter. You just heard the skidoo go by. That's what we do out here. 2 nights ago we had at least 6 to 8 inches of snow, and it's cold. So we're giving you a unique perspective of this elevator in the wintertime, because honestly, out of all the research that I've done, I haven't seen one photo of this thing in the winter. So that's a treat. It's a cold treat. As part of the conclusion, I'd like to do my introduction. My business is all about sourcing, salvaging, and reclaiming of authentic antique wood, otherwise known as Barnwood. We're also all about doing do-it-yourself type projects, and we do it from an over-your-shoulder type view, where we welcome you to join along and build with us. In conclusion, I hope that you guys found this super interesting, and I encourage you to watch through our series of videos. We're going to be filming the videos and releasing them as we're doing them. So nothing's really rehearsed here, nothing's pre-recorded. This is, we're doing it as we're doing it. We're filming it as we're doing it. So we encourage you to write anything in the comments that has to do with this elevator, whether it be your personal experience or maybe some historical facts that we didn't have time to put in this video. Feel free to use the comments below. Also, let us know whether you like what we're doing, you disagree with what we're doing. Either which way, I promise you, we'll respond to each and every one of you. I'd like to invite all of you to watch through our videos, and hey, if you want to see phase 1, you're going to want to click on this video next.